Eyo, it's Lunar here, and it's only a month until the release of Pokémon Sun and Moon, the 7th generation. Until now, Game Freak has always brought out third game installments, for example Emerald for Ruby and Sapphire, or Platinum for Diamond and Pearl.
Although in Generation 5, instead of more or less the same game, they gave us sequels, Black 2 and White 2. But now in Generation 6, this is the first time they've skipped that completely without a reason given, meaning they went straight to the next generation.
So we asked ourselves, what if Pokémon X and Y sequels were actually a thing? In this video, I'm joined by the one and only Liam.
Hey everybody, Liam here. I'm really happy to be on the channel with you today. I really feel like this is an interesting topic and I can't wait to go through it with you guys.
If we were to make Pokémon X2 and Y2 and would release them this year, on Pokémon's 20th anniversary, it would of course take place in beautiful Kalos instead of also beautiful Alola. As you may know, Game Freak has only used northern France as the inspiration for this region, so first of all we would expand it to the south too. The story would take place 3 years after X and Y, and would start in the magnificent city of Etoile.
The protagonists would stay the same, Serena and Caleb. After receiving your starters from Professor Sycamore, there's suddenly an earthquake, and we don't know how it occurred since the area we're living in is usually safe. Soon afterwards, we'll enter the first gym in Kalos. It's not led by Viola this time, but by Darcy, who's using Dark-type Pokemon, making her the very first Dark-type gym leader.
I'm gonna destroy you all. The second gym is led by Heaton, a Ground-type Pokemon trainer, instead of Grant. Most of the original Kalos gym leaders will stay.
Our rival is called William, and he's from Unova. After the 5th gym, we get to know that it was none other than the legendary Pokemon Zygarde that caused the earthquake. Faye, Team Solar's boss, then appears alongside Xerneas or Yveltal, depending on which version you have. Their plan is to use these legendary Pokemon to create a disorder, so that Zygarde will appear, which it did, as the Red Zygarde core in its 50% form. Team Solar managed to create a machine which made the Zygarde cells separate from the Zygarde core.
Like this, they could absorb the cells to use their power for the ultimate weapon, which didn't actually get destroyed in Pokémon X and Y. We get to know that Team Solar was founded by a former Team Flare member, who then got into a fight with Lysander as they disagreed about their ideologies.
Feeling the Red Zygarde core's pain, the Blue Zygarde core then appeared in its 10% form. Xerneas or Yveltal, mind-controlled by Team Solar's Alakazam, started to fight with it. They tried their best to overcome Alakazam's mind-controlling though, and when the protagonist arrived at this place, they could recognise the protagonist's voice.
We get to know that the protagonist actually released Xerneas or Yveltal shortly after capturing them, as Xerneas should protect other Pokemon and Yveltal should... yeah. Even though they didn't get to know each other for long, Xerneas or Yveltal could feel a bond between them and the protagonist. Due to their friendship, a brand new Megastone got created because... Ex Machina? It was the Xerneas side or Yveltal light summoning Mega Xerneas or Mega Yveltal.
With combined powers, Team Solar could be defeated, but the ultimate weapon already got activated and there was no way to stop it anymore. Team Solar then realised their mistake, but it was already too late.
And then it was like boom and everyone died. Just kidding. Izzy's Floette could feel the presence of the ultimate weapon, so Izzy and it rushed to this place. Izzy, as the creator of this weapon, knew how to stop it, by destroying it.
But in order to do that, he would need to type in the code 670. But the machine would immediately explode, so there would be no way for him to save himself.
But he was willing to sacrifice himself as...
I've lived long enough on this world and have met my precious Pokémon again. This is all that I wanted. I can now go with a smile on my face. Please take good care of Floette.
It's over. We're safe now.
At the Pokemon League, you will battle the original Kalos Elite Four, but afterwards there'll be a surprise. Instead of Diantha, you have to face your rival, who's the new champion after beating the current one. Does that sound familiar? Of course, the same thing happened in Pokemon Red, Blue and Yellow, where your rival Blue also became the champion. After beating the Pokemon League, the train station in Kuriway Town leads to a new area, which varies depending on the version you have. In Pokemon X2, it will bring you to a small extra region based off Germany, whereas in Y2, it will take you to a small region based off the UK.
Even though all of these won't ever happen, And don't worry, AC is still alive officially. It was still fun to create our own Pokemon story. I know that some things were still missing, like Zygarde Complete and what happened to the Zygarde cells after the explosion. Let's just say Zygarde Complete is obtainable in the post-game and the Zygarde cells got freed and could save themselves before the ultimate weapon exploded. All in all, it's pretty hard to come up with a story, so great job Game Freak for always delivering us fantastic games. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks to Astronelium for his help. Make sure to check out our video on his channel where we discuss the branch evolutions of Leafeon and Glaceon.
Thanks for having me on, Una, and make sure you subscribe to Una, guys, for more great content like this.
Thanks for watching and bye bye.